Okay, let's talk about MiniMax M2.7. And the reason I'm bringing out this video because MiniMax M2.7 is now open source, which means you can go to HuggingFace and find this under files and versions. We see it's a 230 GB model. All the safe tensor files are available and you can go ahead and download these and use it. You can download this on your local system if you have this much VRAM, or you can go to RunPod and claim your bonus. When you recharge for $10, you get $500 to $500 of bonus. You can go ahead and recharge, or you can go to Ollama and use their cloud without doing any downloading or local downloading of 230 GB of the model. So in this video, what I'm going to do is walk you through the architecture of this model as well, show you how to use Ollama to download your model on your local system. But again, we're using cloud, it's not local per se. And also show you how to use it with OpenWebUI and also OpenCode. So basically all these integrations and the architecture and this open source discussion, I welcome you to this video. So let's go ahead and get started. By the way, these are the demo. You can see a clone of Facebook. It's really great. This is just HTML, but again, it was able, just one prompt, and it was able to bring out this. We see a clone of CapCut, just really great. This is World of Poems, another website that is made just using one prompt. You can read the poem as well. Another one is PhD Toolkit. This is another HTML website that I asked it to build, all within one prompt. And this is the clone of HuggingFace. So let's go ahead and get started and see what M2.7 is. Now, essentially M2.7 scored 56.22% on SWE Pro benchmark, and it matches the level of Opus really great. Another benchmark that I would like to drive your attention to is this Claw bench. So OpenClaw, if you remember. So you can see that Opus 4.6 is really good in OpenClaw. Then we have other models such as GPT 5.4, which scores 73.6, and then we have MiniMax 62.7, which is comparable with Sonnet 4.6. Really amazing. And you can see that it has this feature of self-evaluation where the human gives out the task and the model iterates upon itself and finds out the best thing that it can do. Also, we have this multi-agent collaboration system in which different agents collaborate with each other. So for example, you can see here, we have this manager agent, and we started up the project scaffolding with the manager. So manager did that task. Then we have define API schema, which is defined by the web tag here, web dev. Then we have build the dashboard. So this is the FE, which is the front end here. Then we have the user API endpoints, which will be done by the backend engineer here. And then the integration test and end-to-end test suites will be done by the tester or the QA. This is really amazing. Essentially, a single model goes ahead and does all of this. So you can go ahead and use this using their API. It's $40 per month. And if you're looking for open router sort of thing where you can get different models, you can go ahead and see the cost there as well. On open router, it's MiniMax M2.7. It's very cheap. So input is $0.3 per million tokens and output is $1.2 per million tokens, which is really relatively cheap compared to other models like Anthropic and OpenAI. But again, we'll see how to use it on Ollama. But these are some of the examples that you can see. So this is the music library website, and there are a bunch of other examples that you can see. Let's go ahead to the architecture now. So the architecture is something like this. We have an input dimension of 3072. So where the input comes in, it is tokenized, then it is converted to embedding layer, to embeddings. And then we have normalization done in order to reduce the scale of the numbers, very small numbers or very large numbers. Then we have group query attention. So this is the attention mechanism that is used here, and then it goes through the RMS norm as well. So this is the first RMS normalization. Then we have another normalization. Then we have mixture of experts layer. It has 256 experts, out of which only 8 is active at any point of time. Now, each of these MOE layers, you can see here, when the input is taken by the router, this router passes the input to 1 to 256. So we have 256 experts, and this router decides based on the input token which 8 experts will be on at any point of time. So 8 out of 256 experts are activated at any point of time. The activation rate is 4.37%, and the active params is 10 billion given a total parameters of 230 billion. These block that you see, this block, we have 62 number of blocks. So once we go through all these 62 number of blocks, then it finally goes to the final RMS norm, and then we get the output from a vocabulary size of 200k tokens. So it's a 230 billion model, M2.7. Also, this feed forward layer, each layer can be thought of as like this. So we have the linear layer, we have the silhouette activation, and then we have the linear. So both of these is added and we get the output here. So this is basically the attention mechanism and the mixture of experts, the transformer architecture that we have. Now let's go ahead to Ollama and see how we can use this. So essentially we need to have Ollama first. So if you go to downloads, and I'm on my Windows system, so in Windows I can go to PowerShell and just run this command, or I can download the exe file for Windows and get that installed. Once you have that, we need to run Ollama here like this, and then you can type the model here as well. But another way that I'm going to show you is I can go to command prompt, and then I can say Ollama pull and the name of the model that we want to pull. So MiniMax M2.7 cloud. So we are pulling the model and it's done. Essentially we are just pulling the cloud model because we are not pulling the 230 GB size of model here. But essentially we have this now. Now what I can do is Ollama run, and this will run on your system. And what is 5 plus 9? And you can see the user thinking, because this is working on the cloud servers of Ollama, it's really fast. Now I'm going to show you on OpenWebUI as well how you can host it. For this I'm going to use a service called WSL, or Windows Subsystem for Linux. I'm going to open up WSL, and I would need an environment like a Conda or Miniconda. So we go to Miniconda installation, Miniconda install. You go to this Miniconda installation website here, and then you can see that for Windows we would have a command here. So we can see Windows Shell Installer, and here I can run this command and this will start up the installation of Miniconda. Once you have the installation, you can go to Anaconda prompt here and go ahead and check the list of Conda environments that you have, and you can say Conda init to initialize, and once it is initialized you can go ahead and see the list of environments that you have. So for example, this is my WSL, and you can see I have Conda info --envs. So I have these environments with me. Now I've already made this environment Ollama Web UI, but essentially to make an environment what you need to do is Conda create -n, and then the name of the environment, and then the Python version that I'm going to use. I'm going to use Python 1.3.12 and -y. So running this command will start up Ollama OpenWebUI, or create a new environment, and after that you can do Conda activate Ollama Web UI. So this will activate your environment here. Let me clear this. Once you have that, I will paste in a link to one of my repos here. So you can see pretty easy commands here. First we need to apt get update and apt get upgrade. Then you need to install zstd. Sometimes if this doesn't run, what you need to do is you need to put sudo apt update and just put in the password. This will update everything. So once you have that update, you're going to do the upgrade as well. Then you're going to install z standard. Then you're going to install Ollama. So run this command. Then you start up Ollama as a background service. So Ollama, when you run this no-hub Ollama serve, Ollama log, and everything here, a background service will be created, and on the 11434 port, let me show you, localhost 11434 port, you can see Ollama is running. So Ollama will run when you do this on the WSL. Another code that you need to now run is this part, pip install OpenWebUI. Once you do that, you're going to set the Ollama base URL as this URL here, and then you're going to start up the OpenWebUI on port 8005 and start up as a background service. So once you have that on your WSL, so once you run this command, what you'll have is this. So you can see localhost 8005, we are inside OpenWebUI, and there you can see that you will have the model here. So if you don't have the model, what you need to do inside of WSL is you need to run that same command. So Ollama pull MiniMax here. So if you pull this command here on the WSL, this will be available under Ollama's model, and then you can access it from this 8005 port. So I'm going to refresh this, and then you'll be able to see that we have M2.7 cloud here. Then we open up a new chat, and now you can see that we can put in, apart from the normal chats, we can upload files as well. So essentially we now have MiniMax M2.5, and I can just type here and check if it's working. So essentially we're using Ollama and we're using OpenWebUI to connect to MiniMax M2.7 on the cloud. Now another thing that I'd like to show in this video is OpenCode. This is available as a CLI but as an app as well. So I've downloaded the app here of OpenCode on my Windows system, and then we have this. So after that we are going to select a new project here. So select any folder here, and inside this folder you'll be able to use this. So I say new session here, and then I need to select a model. So for configuring the model, I'm going to go here, click on this configure here, connect provider, and then I'm going to go to custom here, and the provider name is, let's say, YouTube Ollama M2.7. I can say MiniMax M2.7. So YouTube Ollama MiniMax M2.7. My provider is Ollama MiniMax M2.7, and the base URL, if you remember, is the localhost of 11434. So I'm going to copy this, go back and paste it here and put v1 as well. API key not required, and the model ID is required exactly as it is. So model ID is MiniMax M2.7 cloud, and display name can be something like YouTube Ollama M2.7. okay, and then we say submit. So once we do that, this is going to connect to Ollama, and let's see, this is a little too much here. I can say YouTube Ollama and then save, and that's done. This model is now available to use, so you can go here and select that model that we have modeled just now, and then say what is 5 plus 9, is it available here? And I can say that make me a 2D chess game and save the file in chess.html. So I've made all these HTMLs. I'm going to show you all these. So let's go ahead and open up the examples here. So main.html was this poem. It's really beautiful, the designs, the consistency. You can see this is an actual poem which is written here. Elizabeth, Robert Frost, the road not taken. Then we have index 1, which is the PhD toolkit here. So academic writing, data analysis, literature review, research methods. Then we have the HuggingFace. So this is a clone of HuggingFace. It's really beautiful. This is a clone of Facebook. This is a clone. This is the chess. So you can see that it's pretty fast. So it was able to make that chess here. So you can see if it works. It really works. So you can see that it really works. But again, the pieces are black. Both the players' pieces are black. So we can edit that as well. But this is how you get started with the free MiniMax M2.7 as of now from Ollama. But again, if you want it to use locally, you have to have a GPU, for which you can go ahead and check this out, because in RunPods you'll be able to see quite a lot of options that will help you run this. So if you go to HuggingFace and go to use this model here, then you can see that we have this VLLM. So for inference, always use VLLM. So just pip install VLLM and then serve this. So when you run this command, it is going to download this 230 GB of file and set everything up. So on RunPod, if you go, you can see that if you go to pod section, we need about 230 GB. So for example, this one, H200, 2 numbers of H200 will be sufficient for running this model if you are looking for local inference or inference at your own cost. Okay, so go ahead and try this out. This is amazing. This is an amazing model. Now it's open source. People are going towards open source because they know the value that the open source community provides in the whole AI ecosystem. So check out this next video on fine tuning, and I will see you there.